Hey everyone, this is Ethan from the Real Eggman Productions, back again with another video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys my very first MOC for 2020, which is my LEGO Medieval Castle MOC. This MOC is my largest MOC that I've ever built, just by a little bit, and I gotta say it's really cool. So yeah, this MOC was definitely inspired by Lord of the Rings and Skyrim. Before I even built this MOC, I went on my old Skyrim account and I just stole a horse and just started looking around, just observing, like, how can I build this in Lego, you know? So yeah, without further ado guys, let's go ahead and dive right into this MOC. So the first thing we are going to start off with is the battlefield, and what makes the battlefield look really cool is all the minifigures. I think I did a really awesome job with all the minifigures. I tried to make each one unique and have their own, I guess, character. And I think it looks really cool. You know, all these knights have cool swords and armor, even some cool capes as well. This one right here, this is a custom cape that I made, and it looks a lot like the new Lego one. Moving on to this side, you can see all the texturing, using some slopes and dark tan, and some olive green grass stalks, and just some regular plates. You can see a little bit of olive green and sand green in there as well. Moving over here, you can see the texturing of the castle, and I really think I did a great job with that, using a whole bunch of masonry bricks and some headlight bricks as well, and some slopes and inverted slopes to create a nice cracked effect. Over here is the door, and I think the door looks really awesome as well. Sadly, the door isn't on any hinges, but that wasn't the goal with the MOC. My goal was to make it accurate instead of functionality. On this side, you can see there's like an indention using some jumper plates to create like an indention in the castle wall, and I think it looks really cool. You can also see some just other textured bricks as well. Moving down here, you can see more of a bigger sand green patch. And you can see some really cool knights as well. That's the Aragorn figure. That's the only Lego figure that's from a set in this MOC. So moving on to this side, you can see there's some some grass and a whole bunch of slopes over here in various different colors. And over here you can see a really cool log, which was also in another MOC. And I really liked how the log turned out, so I decided to include it in this one. You can see some really cool trees as well, using some 1x1 round bricks in brown to create a nice little brown trunk, as well as some flex tubing in brown to create the skinny trees, and of course a ton of leaves in green and dark green. And you can see a whole bunch of minifigures, like that one was slain by this little guy right here with the bow. You can see that guy right there, he has an axe, and you can see a whole bunch of knights on horses with like a big hammer and an axe, and that one has a torch on it as well. Moving, I'm gonna go ahead and flip this MOC around so you can see the other side of the battlefield. Okay, so now that we have the MOC turned around, now you can get a different perspective on the battlefield. You can see these really cool knights as well, and you can see this is the Aragorn minifigure like I was talking about earlier. And you have this really cool knight right here. His little chest plate is using the Savage Opress minifigure, his little, I guess, chest piece, and I think that looks awesome on that knight, using just a little sword right like that. And you can see another knight right there on the horse. He has a really cool cape as well, and an awesome helmet. I wish I had more of those. So moving on to here, you can see the battering ram with the 4 knights just trying to open this gate right there. And you can see some arrows poked through the gate, the silver arrows. I think that looks really cool. Now moving on to this side, you can see a cool tree using the grass stalks upside down. I thought that was kind of a cool idea. It's something that I haven't seen before, even though I bet it's been done. I just thought it was a really cool idea. You can see a bunch of different, using all the new grass elements that LEGO has produced the past, I guess, year. And I just love that Lego has gone past using just the regular grass stalk, and that there's more to use to make, I guess, foliage. And you can see this really cool archer guy, and that's just the CMF figure that I've just made a little bit different. I guess I just added a little cloth on the back, but it looks really cool. So moving back over here, you can see this on this side, and you can see all the slopes. I love how this turned out. I love using the slopes like that. It make like a little road right here. And you can see this, the flex tube is a little bent. I used it as a bent tree. I thought that looked pretty cool. Now, moving on to this side, you can see that this knight with a crossbow. And you can also see some knights over here. So moving on to the top, you can see there's this knight with the horn warning the village that there are enemies approaching. And moving on this, you can see a guy with a crossbow, and a guy was wounded, and another guy, I guess he's dead right there, and got just more people just firing at the army. And you can see this figure right here. He kind of represents Boromir from Lord of the Rings. I mean, it's not an exact minifigure, but it looks pretty close. I wasn't really trying to do that, but it kind of looks like him. Moving on, you can see there's a horse stable, just one horse, that the blacksmith owns. And you can see the blacksmith is right here. There's this little furnace, and you can see just a barrel and some swords, and a whole bunch of tools and pickaxes and all that. You can see the roof is just on some hinges with some brown plates and tiles on the top. You can see it also has a nice textured effect as well. And one thing I thought looked really cool is not placing the tiles on the bottom to create, I guess, old planks that have pulled up. I thought that was really cool. And yeah, it looks awesome. And you see all the minifigures. You can see people running, and you can also see some people fighting as well, or getting ready to fight. You can see there's a blue wizard, and just a red knight, and just a brown bowman as well, just getting prepared for what's to come. And you can also see a guy who doesn't really care. And you can also see this cool bush using some olive green leaves as well. Moving on to this side, you can see there's this wall. I think this looks really cool. You can see the supermarket, and what that cloth is, it's the Trute Inui little from the buildable figure. I got a lot of those cloth pieces, so I just made it, and I thought it was perfect for a little roof. You can see all the vegetables and stuff, and a bunch of barrels of fruits and stuff. So yeah, you can see this minifigure just grabbing a little spear, just getting ready to protect the village. And you can also see another person over there. So yeah, it looks really cool. Let me go ahead and flip the MOC over so you can see the other side of the village. So here is another angle of the village, and it looks, I think it's really cool. And you can see all the barrels and crates from the supermarket, you know, what they're selling. And you can see a bushel of apples, and yeah, and you can see what the blacksmith shop is. It's really cool. You can also see a horse as well. And I just really like the texturing of the ground. I think it looks really good. You can see, you know, the kid that's running, that's afraid. You can see that cool guy with the axes, and the blacksmith is just grabbed anything he could, you know, his hammer and a sword, and he's ready to attack because they are about to come. So I'm going to go ahead and open these doors, just take them off so we can get a better look at the village through the doors. So here are the doors. I just want to point out, you know, their design, and it's just some plates using the, I guess, textured bricks right here. And you can see the other side are the, I guess, the silver arrows poking through. I thought that was really cool. So let's go ahead and move right through the door so I can show you these minifigures right here. I think that just looks really cool. You can see the bowman, the knight, and the wizard just ready to attack, or I guess defend all these minifigures right here, because with that battering ram they are going to pierce through the doors. So before we end out the video, I would like to show you all the custom minifigures that I made throughout this MOC. There are a total of 29 of them. You got the good side and the bad side over here. We'll go ahead and start with the good side, and you can see, you know, we got the little blacksmith. We got all these cool characters that I made. I just liked how it turned out. I see all the knights in the back. And you can see there are all the dark knights. That's one of my favorite ones right there, with the that cool helmet and that armor. Those are the 4 minifigures that were carrying the battering ram, which is over there, which looks really cool. I spent a lot of time with that. I think it looks really good. Moving on over here, we got some more characters over here. And moving up, we got this cool guy with a horse with that really cool helmet. And you can see how the cape is like that. That's really cool. So yeah, those are all the minifigures. So let's go ahead and get to the outro of this video. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this MOC. It took a long time to build this MOC, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And it would be awesome if you could help support the channel by liking this video, comment your thoughts, and also consider subscribing, because there will be a lot more MOCs just like this one soon. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and have a great and wonderful day. Bye bye.